Sportsnet Dodgers. Brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers, John Hartung, Jerry Hairston Jr., Adrian Gonzalez. What is it like for a player, not just going through the champagne celebration? We know that's incredible. But the day after clinching and partying, Jerry, what is it like? And then you hop on a plane, you get in at 4:30 in the morning.
It's an amazing feeling, especially for me, because that means I'm guaranteeing I'm playing the next night. So I'm excited. Yes, you celebrate, have as much fun as you possibly can the night before. You wake up, maybe sleep in a little bit, and make sure you have a cup of coffee or 2 or 5 and get ready for the game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in this case, you celebrate as much as possible. You enjoy, you know, the festivities. You do what you can. Then you got a flight to catch, so you know you're gonna, arrive late into Colorado. So you sleep in, like Jerry said, you have a good late breakfast, early lunch. And then you go back to work. I mean, you still got to prepare. You still got to get ready for the series. You still want to win the series, win the top seed in the National League, and say that you were the best team in the National League, and get that bye week. So there's still a reason to go out there, prepare, and do your thing. So you celebrate, you enjoy, but now you prepare for this series.
One more thing I can't stress it enough. Obviously, we celebrated last night. We're in Coors Field, Denver, high altitude. We got to make sure we're hydrated, okay? Make sure you're hydrated. You want to pull a calf or a hamstring.
So you're saying they didn't get hydrated enough last night after the game?
No, you want to
different kind of fluids.
Yes.
Different kind of
Get hydrated. Stay hydrated.
All right, well, here it is. The day after clinching the NL West lineup, you've got Shohei, Mookie in there. They will bat first and second as usual. Gavin Lux moving up to the 3-hole, followed by Teoscar Hernandez. Tommy Edmonds playing shortstop. Kike Hernandez at first in place of Freddie Freeman, who didn't make the trip to Colorado. Andy Pages playing in center. Chris Taylor at third base. Austin Barnes does the catching. Adrian, what sticks out to you?
Well, I'm looking at Kike Hernandez playing first base today. It's he needs the reps. We need to have players play the position in case there's anything that goes sideways come playoff time. We expect Freddie to be in there, but if not, you want to have somebody that you want to have multiple options at first base.
Looking at Kike Hernandez, he has been outstanding the last month of this season. You always want him in the mix some type of way in the postseason. He gets to start at first base because of Freddie's injury.
Well, it's back-to-back days, back-to-back injury concerns for the Dodgers in the starting lineup. Freddie Freeman rolled that ankle last night. Miguel Rojas, he re-aggravated his groin injury Wednesday. Both of them are going to sit out this series in Colorado, so that leaves the Dodgers with an extremely short bench, Jerry, over these next 3 games.
It does. Freddie Freeman, we saw it last night. Thankful it was an ankle. He just rolled it, not a knee. He should be fine, ready to go game 1. And obviously Miguel Rojas, dealing with that groin injury. Both guys are vital pieces, but we're shorthanded, but it gives guys an opportunity to get a lot of at-bats, a lot of playing time, and find maybe a CT3 and Kike Hernandez continue with their rhythm, getting at-bats so they can be ready to go in the postseason.
Yeah, 100%. Whenever there's an injury in baseball, that means there's an opportunity. And the opportunity now comes for, like Jerry said, for the guys that need those at-bats heading into the playoffs. They need that rhythm. They need to stay in shape. They don't want to have these days off. So having full games because of the short bench gives them the opportunity to go out there, play. They're not going to get pinch hit for in the 5th inning if they bring in a pitcher. So that gives them an opportunity to even face a tough right-handed pitcher, because you never know what you might need in the playoffs. That is a big opportunity for them.
All right, well, even before the Dodgers clinched last night, we knew they didn't really have a starting pitcher for tonight's game in Colorado. Kirsten Watson is with the team at Coors Field. She joins us now live with more on the Dodgers pitching plan for this series opener. Hi, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Well, today is going to be a bullpen game, but it's going to be one of those modified bullpen game. They have Ben Kasparias, who's able to give them some length, so we likely will be seeing him take the ball right after Ryan Brazier, who's the opener. Dave Roberts talked about just that earlier today.
I think we'll just go from Brazier to Kasparias, and then we'll kind of see how the game plays out.
What do you know who's going to pitch Sunday?
What's that?
Do you know what the plan will be for Sunday, pitching-wise?
I know Landon's going to pitch. Whether it's start or pitch the bulk of the game, I don't know how that's going to look, but Landon is going to pitch.
What's the plan with Gonsolin? Is he still in that conversation for the DS roster right now? Where does that stand?
He is in Arizona. Unless something really unforeseen happens, I don't see that happening. But he's staying hot.
And do you expect the playoff rotation with Flaherty, Yamamoto, in no order, but like Flaherty, Yamamoto, Mack, and Buehler right now?
I think that's, yeah.
Last year, I think it was Kershaw who said that if the layoff affects hitters, more pitches. Do you agree? And did that play into the way the offense has performed the last two postseasons?
You know, I do agree with that in a vacuum. I think that anyone that's played, I think, could agree with that. But that's just the way it is. So, I mean, I don't think that that's ultimately going to have to the determinant. Certainly, I do believe that theory, but we just can't use that as an excuse. We still got to do everything we can to get our hitters ready and, you know, pitch well, and it's just the way it is.
So for the Dodgers in this three-game series, these final 3 games of the regular season, the focus is just a final tune-up, whether it's on the pitcher side. So like Dave said, the plan today is Ryan Brazier and then Ben Kasparias to take down the bulk of the innings, and they'll kind of bring out the arms that are needed behind him. Tomorrow, Yoshinobu Yamamoto will have his final start of the regular season. And then on Sunday, no decision just yet as what the specific plan will be, but we will be seeing Landon Knack, whether it's a starter or coming out of the bullpen behind an opener. And this is, again, another situation to prepare him for October. Dave has been very clear that it does seem like when you look at the rotation preparing for the postseason, and this is in no particular order, it's Jack Flaherty, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Landon Knack, as well as Walker Buehler. Those will be the guys who can set the tone and hopefully put them in positions to win moving forward, guys.
All right, and Dodgers able to do these kinds of things because they did take care of business, clinch the NL West last night. Kirsten, thank you very much. So the Dodgers going to piece together a bullpen game today, just try to get to this finish line through the weekend with healthy arms. It is not ideal, but it is their reality, Adrian. They're going to have Ryan Brazier kick things off in the first inning, and what may be a test run for a postseason game as well, having him open.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is, you know, what they're going to try out. I'm looking forward to seeing Brazier open the game. You know, this is the 3 games where you want to test out anything that you might need in the scenario in the playoffs. So, you know, let's see how it works out.
You see Enriquez right there. Obviously, he's got nasty stuff. Joe Kelly has been used in a variety of roles throughout his career. And you're right, if you're going to start to test things out, you want to do it when you've already clinched the division. We've done that. Now you use these next 3 days, obviously see and prepare our guys for whatever. We never know what's going to be down the line in the NLDS, NLCS, even the World Series. So get these guys used to this, and hopefully it does work out. But we know these guys are always prepared, ready to get outs no matter what inning they're asked to pitch in.
Well, going back to last night, Walker Buehler, we know he earned the nickname Big Game Buehler with a 0.69 ERA in the World Series, a sub-3 ERA for his career in the postseason. And Jerry, even though last night he said he's had a rough year, he still stepped up in a big game last night against the Padres, allowing just the 1 run against the Padres.
Really no surprise from Walker Buehler. You know what? He has been honest. He's been forthright. Yes, the year has not gone the way he would have liked it to go. But I said it last night. I disagree with him. Yes, the season so far has not been well for him, but the season's not over. Okay, we got the postseason, the real season coming up, and make no mistake about it, last night was a postseason type of game. It was for the division, and he brought his A game. Really could have pitched deeper in the ball game. 71 pitches, only allowed 1 earned run against a really good Padres lineup that has seen him a lot of times. So, man, my hat's off to Walker Buehler. He's a guy that no matter what he has, fastball, curveball, whatever he has going with his arsenal that night, he's going to go out there and compete and put his best foot forward. No surprise to me, he pitched his best game last night.
Yeah, it's no surprise that he pitched his best game in the biggest game that he needed this season, because the compete comes out of him. When you ask him to compete and go out there and help his team do anything he needs to do to win, then he starts focusing on just executing pitches. I believe earlier in the year, he was so focused on mechanics, on fastball velocity, on all these factors other than make sure I help my team win. And when you focus on those other factors, things don't come out right. But when you're focusing on, hey, I need to go out there and give my team a chance to win, that's when he's focused on making sure the pitches are executed and the mistakes don't happen. And that's what he did. And that's what I believe he's going to give the team in the playoffs.
The season's not over, too. That's another thing, man. The postseason, he goes out there and pitches 3 or 4 great starts for us in that postseason, win us a World Series. Nobody's going to care what he did in the regular season, because everybody understands the last year or so, he's tried to battle back from that Tommy John surgery. So, hey, Walker Buehler, continue doing what you're doing. We're going to need him. And I tell you what, I also put everybody else on notice. Okay, now Walker Buehler's healthy. He dealt against the Padres. And then Yamamoto and Jack Flaherty, man, this Dodger team, boy, maybe peaking at the right time.
A few weeks ago, Walker Buehler sounded like a guy who had quite a bit of self-doubt. He doesn't sound like he's got that doubt anymore. I think he realizes he can still do this. 162-game marathon down to the final 3. It's a 3-game series with the Rockies in Colorado. Another 5 p.m. start tomorrow, and then all games across Major League Baseball will begin at noon Pacific time on Sunday. Still more to come. Ohtani's doing something to make baseball history. Last night, he became the 19th player and first one since 2001 to have 400 total bases in a season. You see Sammy Sosa, Luis Gonzalez, Barry Bonds, Todd Helton all reached 400 total bases back in 2001, and Shohei is the latest to join a very exclusive club. And Shohei holds the Dodgers single-season home run record. He has career highs this year in hits, runs, homers, RBIs, stolen bases. The sole member of the 50-50 club. He's working on 55-55, Adrian. Now the 400 total bases. Are we missing anything? I mean, what more can this man do?
We're gonna find that out next year when he can pitch. We're gonna see what he can do on the mound on top of this. So, you know, from an offensive perspective, I mean, there's nothing else he can do out there. I mean, you know, you look at the 4 guys that reached that 400 club in 2001. This is without humidors. There's another couple extra factors involved with the players, and you know, this is something that is historic. This is something that we know is something that has not been done in, you know, such a long time, and he's had such a special season. It's to be admired.
You know what's amazing? He's just entering his prime. That's another thing too. 29 years young. Obviously, the talent has always been there. We've seen what he's done on the mound when he was with the Angels. But now to really see him really develop as a hitter, opposite field with 2 strikes, shorting up with runners in scoring position. And I just love his game. And boy, does he have an impact, a tremendous impact on the game as a designated hitter. I really believe he's going to be unanimous MVP to do it in the American League and the National League. Think about that. So I think Frank Robinson's the only one to do that. So he is doing some special things.
Shohei's about to join the great Hall of Famer Frank Robinson. Of course, the one thing missing from Shohei's resume in his time in Major League Baseball is a chance to win it all. Last night, got his first taste of what it is like to win a division. His first ever champagne celebration in the big leagues. Beginning next Saturday, Jerry, he will get his first crack at the postseason. We know it's a big win for the Dodgers, but also it's a big win for Major League Baseball to have your biggest star on the biggest stage.
Absolutely. Listen, in order to grow the game, baseball is a global game. It's really thriving, but to be able to even grow it even further, you have to have your superstars represent the game on the biggest stage. LA, it's the big show, Shohei Ohtani. In New York is Aaron Judge. You want to see those guys on the biggest stage, and you want to see them thrive on the biggest stage. So it's good that Shohei Ohtani is in his first postseason, and I cannot wait to see him shine.
Yeah, this is something that I think MLB has been waiting for 7 years now.
Yeah.
You know, when Shohei came to the big leagues, to the Major League Baseball, we've been waiting on this. We've been waiting on him. We've seen pieces of it in the World Baseball Classic, and we've seen how special he is in those tournaments. Let's see how he does in the playoffs. We expect the same as he has proven in the past, that the bigger the game, the bigger the bigger he thrives, the more he thrives. So for us, you know, fans of the game, this is very, very special to know that he's going to be in those playoffs.
And you know what? What expedited the process of having the designated hitter in the National League is Shohei Ohtani. You wanted him to have an opportunity of all 30 teams being a part of him being so special. So glad he chose the
California Toyota. Adrian, 19 career home runs, 88 RBIs in 88 career games at Coors Field. That's pretty ridiculous. So you get to go first time.
I'll get to go first. I'm going to go with Tommy Edman, you know, switch hitter. He's going to be in there facing a pitcher for the second time. Really like his chances today.
I love that. I'm going with the young guy because of his metabolism. Okay, he's able to recover a lot faster. G. Lux has a huge night tonight at Coors Field.
All right. Well, both of those shot calls could be Johnny Holstaff in the series opener for the Dodgers.
Oh, well, I am joined by Daniel Hudson. And I got to ask you first, how are you feeling today? Because it was a long night, a late night, but a fun one.
Yeah. I mean, a little tired, but we were able to get a little bit of sleep this morning. So, you know, ready to go, ready to get back out there tonight and try to get another win.
Considering today is likely a bullpen game, it sounds like Ben Casparis could be taking down the bulk of the innings. But how do you guys kind of have to just turn the page and get going when you know that there's you're coming off the excitement of clinching the division, but then obviously late travels, but knowing you want your stuff to be in a good spot.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, it was a late night, but there's no excuses. I mean, everybody's got late travel throughout the year, and just happened to kind of fall on a night that we clinched, so it made just a little bit later. But as far as I know, everybody out there in the bullpen's ready to go tonight. Brazer's starting, Ben's probably taking down some bulk, so we'll just kind of answer the call whenever we're needed tonight.
What's been the focus for you as of late? Just whether things you're working on or things you're trying to dial in on as you prepare for October?
Yeah, I think it's just trying to clean up some mechanic stuff that we've been working on, and a little bit of some stuff with some pitch grips and whatnot. So I think we're just trying to get some stuff dialed in and hopefully be ready to go for next weekend.
Do you think that's what's kind of led to stuff has been really sharp, but then maybe there's just one pitch that the opponent's been able to get to you?
Yeah, I think it's just just a roller coaster season kind of. I went through a really good stretch there for a couple months, and now it's just part of being in a big league bullpen. You go out there, you feel like you have really good stuff, and it seems like every mistake, the one mistake you make gets hit really hard. Sometimes you go through stretches where they foul them off, or they pop them up, or they hit them at somebody, and try and just get through the stretch where the one bad pitch is a mistake and it's getting hit hard, and you just push through it. You try to get out there and do it again the next night.
You obviously have a lot of postseason experience. Is there something to just being able to work through those mechanical changes right now, then having some time off before the NLDS starts to put you in a really good spot coming in?
Yeah, I think it's just reps. You just need the reps, and once you get through that, and like you said, postseason will kind of take care of itself. The added adrenaline kind of can help you lock you in a little bit. So, just trying to get reps and get off the mound whenever I can, and, try to get locked in.
How excited are you for October baseball?
Really excited. Obviously the last couple of years I had to watch from the dugout, so I'm excited to go and go out there and help compete and hopefully get us a World Series.
Daniel, thank you as always, and best of luck if you're out there tonight.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Dodgers bullpen allowed just one run in 14 innings against the Padres, a big reason why they are the NL West champs right now. And even with Brusdar Graterol's injury, the Dodgers still have really good options coming out of that bullpen, Jerry, from Hudson to Vesia, Phillips, Trinan, and Kopech.
They've done a tremendous job. We've asked these guys to come out of the bullpen an awful lot this season in a variety of different roles and different ways. Daniel Hudson has had a little bit of a hiccup in the second half. I think he's just been tired a little bit, but he's got some rest. He's really found his footing the last couple outings. Phillips has been outstanding. Vesia has been really off the charts. And what Blake Trinan was featuring against the Padres, outstanding stuff. So we understand when these guys are fresh and healthy, they're as good as it gets out of that bullpen.
Yeah, this bullpen has been outstanding. 3.6 ERA. They have been used a lot in many different scenarios. And the guys that you're going to use in the playoffs, you can depend on. They have proven to do it over and over in high leverage situations. They don't get faced by the situation. These are guys that you want out there, and they are going to go out there and they're going to compete, and they have the stuff to go after those hitters.
Speaking of guys in the bullpen, Edgardo Enriquez struck out 2 batters in his major league debut on Tuesday. He will likely get his second opportunity tonight in a planned bullpen game for the Dodgers in the series opener in Colorado. If the playoffs started today, here is what the National League bracket would look like. Dodgers would be the 1 seed. They have a 1-game lead over the Phillies. The Phillies do hold the tiebreaker, though. The Brewers would face the Diamondbacks in one wild card series, and the Mets and Padres facing off in San Diego in the other. Here's Dave Roberts earlier today talking about the playoff seeding in the National League.
I think it's more of just the idea of letting things play out the way they're going to, and trying not to try to influence the wins and losses too much as far as hoping for one particular seed. I think for us, the most important thing is to, take care of our relievers, get them ready for the division series, get them out of here healthy. Position players, as you see, I rested a couple guys. I'll do that tomorrow as well. Still, we're always playing to win. So I don't really think that we really care 1 or 2.
Now that you guys kind of have the bye, are you guys going to do anything differently during that time off that you guys maybe have done in previous years?
So we're going to take 2 days off, essentially. The first day is going to be off. Jack's going to be the only person that throws. He's going to be throwing to some minor league hitters. And then the second day is going to be completely optional. And for me, I just want guys to encourage guys to stay away and then come back hungry, excited to get back to work. And I just feel they played a lot of baseball this year. So 3 days should be plenty of time to get the pitchers and do some sim games, some live BPs and some grounders and get, ramped up for that Saturday game.